Alright, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, welcome back to everyone's favorite show that I do, and that is me going over the patch notes. So, I probably say this a lot, and I never do it, but this time we're going to try and actually do it. I have a very busy day to get through, so hopefully I'll actually not spend time on the useless stuff here, and I'll go through it quickly. Because, let's be honest, who really watches this shit anyway? But I like doing it. So, let's see. Patch 11.13. And I will say this. I'm extremely excited for next patch, which, to give a little spoiler, is the patch with the Sentinels of Light. I'm super fucking excited for that, because we're getting a new Legendary Vein skin, and it looks pretty good. Anyway, let's see what's happening. Oh, hello, fancy seeing you here in these parts. Things have been cooking away for a while. We're finally able to serve you a whole feast. In 11.13, this is largely a system-based patch. Most of our work went into reducing mobility. In short, we're pulling back on places mobility has crept up. That's good, but it is a huge problem, including a few items that have gone beyond the limits of where they should be. Okay. We also have the reworked Tom, and that's that. Okay, cool. So let's see what we got. We got the new skins, which I'll go over at the end, but to give a little spoiler, they look really fucking good. Barely any nerfs, barely any buffs, so a lot of item shit we're probably going to have to read. Okay, so, Aphelios. Being an AD, I probably have to describe a lot here, but I'll keep it nice, short, and sweet. Basically, Aphelios kind of sucks. They reworked him to put less of the power in his kit and more of the power in the guns he puts out with his Q. Whether or not that actually did anything, I think it did nothing. I think it just made him worse. It didn't really help him in any way, shape, or form. The weapons still suck ass, and Aphelios is just really nerfed and kind of bad. Although he scales like a fucking truck, so he's getting buffed. What are they doing? Passive bonus damage and lethality increased. Okay, how much is it? The bonus damage that he gets from his Q, 24 to 30. Okay, so he's getting 6 AD. I mean, not really anything, but it's something. A little candy pop, I guess. I don't really know what else to say. Lethality, 21 to 27. That's pretty good. I mean, the main thing of why Aphelios hurts so much is because he gains so much free stats. Attack speed is probably the weakest stat he gets. He gets like free AD. You know, he's literally getting a 30 free AD and then 27 free lethality, which is making his AD better than any other, ADC there is, because he has lethality inherent to his kit. So overall, he's still better late, a little bit better late, but he's probably still sucks. So he's a tiny bit better. Kayn. What do I think of Kayn? I think Kayn is a pretty decent jungler. He's like Warwick, except better. He's like the skilled Warwick. Almost anyone could play him, but he actually has like a decent skill ceiling and is pretty good. Honestly, I don't know what they could do to him. If anything, they might nerf him because I've been seeing him a little bit too much, but I don't think that's grounds for a nerf, but I can't imagine what they'd buff on him. So let's see. WVFX now revealed while in terrain. Okay, this is fucking stupid. Good change for ADs, though. So now if Shadow Assassin tries to assassinate us from the wall and we get one shot, we'll know why. And maybe we could flash it. Lee Sin. So I've been seeing non-stop Lee Sin laning. I played against a laning Lee Sin as Yone in ranked. And he didn't really do anything in lane, but that's because the guy was stupid. But overall, he got fed off my teammates. So I don't know if Lee Sin is strong or if the teammates just sucked, but I feel like Lee Sin just blows. So let's see what they're doing. Lee Sin has been dominating mid and top lane in all levels of play. That is so dumb. Especially at the highest tiers with temporary downing. Yeah, because Lee Sin, no matter what, is a monster early. He's really good early, but he just falls off like crazy. One of the more reliable in lane abilities, so we're not blindsiding him in the jungle. Yeah, because you max E second. Maybe. You definitely max Q first. So, they're nerfing E for his in lane. Does this do anything? Yeah, actually it does, my god. They're taking off a good bit of damage late, like on max level, so this is actually not bad. This is actually like a decent change. Hopefully it puts him so he's not played in anything, but this is a pretty good change. Pretty okay nerf. Olaf. So Olaf, again, spoiler warning, is getting what the fuck are they called? A Sentinel skin in the next patch. So I'm assuming they're gonna buff him because they don't want him to be like shit and then have you not buy the skin because you're not gonna play him. So they're probably buffing him for the skin. That's coming in 2 weeks. Let's see. For an unstoppable Viking of Destruction, off has been pretty stalled in recent patches, but giving more durability. Yeah, they're buffing him. Health growth, Mana regen, Mana growth, I mean, the biggest thing is he's getting more health, so he's going to feel slightly more tanky, which is good because he needs to be able to run you down and not die while he's getting to you. Overall, this is very little, though. This does almost nothing. Riven. So, Riven's also getting I just said the name, too. Riven is also getting a... God fucking damn it. I gotta look up the name. This is fucking pissing me off. She's also getting a Sentinel skin. That's what it's called. So, Riven also getting a Sentinel skin. So, by logic, they should buff her, but I've been seeing a lot of Riven, and I think she's actually starting to get a little out of control, so they might nerf her. But I can honestly see it going either way because she's getting the skin. So, let's see. E baits shield strength reduced. Riven's a champion who could block, dock, and knock. Oh god, I don't think they should have used that word. And knock up enemies at will, leaving enemies both wounded and in their health and egos. Okay. So the base shield strength. I'm glad they're not touching the cooldown. They're just making it so it's not as good. And it's by like 10. This is good. This is fine. I don't think Riven's that good either. You kind of do have to be skilled at Riven, so this is an okay change. I don't mind this. And it's a step in the right direction. Rumble. I think Rumble kind of blows. I've been seeing Rumble jungle recently, and it looked like it sucked ass. So I think he needs a buff. Let's see what they're doing. W cooldown increased early, now scales. Most move speed decreased. Despite his constant visits to the patch notes, Rumble's still hot on his enemies' tracks in both mid and jungle. I don't see it. Excuse me. We're cooling down his early clear speed and slowing down his roaming. Wow. They're hitting a lot. They're hitting both his mid and his jungle. Probably more his jungle than anything, though, but damn. Bonus move speed 35 to 30, and then cooldown is scaling down to 6 seconds. This hurts him a little bit. Definitely hurts his roaming and how fast he goes about his jungle, but probably not by a lot. This is honestly whatever. It really is just whatever. Okay, TK. So, this one is a little spicy. So Tahm Kench originally was a top laner. He was a super fucking good top laner. In fact, he could almost win every top lane matchup and was insane. Then they nerfed him, reworked him, nerfed him. And then he became a support, and then that's all he was good at. And now they're like, okay, we want him to be a top laner again. So they basically swapped his ult and his W. So now his ult is the eat for some odd reason. And his W is the little TP you go under the map and reappear, which now does damage. So it's a little weird. Overall, I don't know how to feel about this. I think if he becomes a top laner again, he might not be as good because the eat was really powerful. The eat is kind of what set him like the difference from like being a great top laner and being like the best top laner. But that nerf they did a while back to where either the Q or the Q consumes the stacks of the passive, and then you have to either Q or eat them. I think that was like a big nerf to his top lane, and that's probably all they needed to do. But let's see. Issue duration increase. Okay, what are they saying? The Kench is shinier and slimier than ever with a pretty big update. It's not really that big. They literally just buffed him and changed 2 abilities around. Like, okay. Okay, his kit is so strong in professional play, forcing him to remain weak for the vast majority of players. We're moving power from Devour, his W, which is heavily used in coordinated play as a support, into other abilities that reward him from proactive play. Previously, Tom's main contributions revolved around standing by to unconditionally save the AD with Devour. With this rework, he will need to take greater risk with his new Abyssal Dive and capitalize on licks. He seems like you could easily abuse him. Like, think about this, right? You go, you play him top. You wait in, like, your jungle, and then you wait for the enemy to push out, then you just, like, E behind them, and then you just fuck them, because you're basically ganking them for free. Like, it's actually kind of powerful, if the range is pretty good. Okay, so he needs to, okay. Second, we're making Devour easier to use with allies. This will now see a clear indicator when Devour is available, so they know when to run to him for safety. Yeah, it's his fucking ult. Third, we're adjusting Abyssal Voyage from being entirely about coordinating with an ally to being an ability that works on its own. Last but not least, he's getting VFX. Well, of course, they have to do that. So, base health going down, health growth going down, mana growth going up. Armor going down, MR going slightly down. Passive got reduced, okay. Q can now cast R during Devour. So it's literally just swapping it with the W. So instead of W, it's R now. Tongue Lash now heals for 10% missing health when enemy. Oh, it heals now. Okay, so he has some sustain. That's good. Tongue Lash now applies a stack of passive. That's really fucking good. The slow is capped out at 40. The slow duration is 2 seconds. So it's an overall big nerf to it. Just utility-wise. Cooldown went way up, kind of. Mana cost, pretty good. Tongue Lash's range and missile speed now scales up with Tahm Kench's size. Okay, so you're incentivized to build a tank. That's really good. W. Tahm Kench channels for 1.35 seconds, dies for 0.15, and appears at the target area, dealing a lot of AP damage. My god, I could just imagine AP Kench videos with this. Hitting an enemy champion refunds 30% of the cooldown and mana cost. What's the cooldown? The cooldown is not that long at all. You could actually cheese with this. This is crazy. You can actually ward the enemy's jungle. Like level 1, level 2, lane, get level 2. Watch the enemy do their red, watch them get low, especially if it's like a early, like, bad jungler. And you can just E on them and kill them and take their buff. This is actually insane. I think Tahm Kench is going to have a lot of play potential. Holy shit. Enemies cannot see where Tahm Kench is headed until 0.75 seconds into the channel. Interesting. And then Thick Skin. Thick Skin is getting somewhat buffed. Slightly increased to 10% maximum health per quarter second. Okay. And then 2.5, I'm not taking damage. 4%, so I'm not taking damage. Damn. Okay, so you have to stay out of combat for longer, but in terms of everything else, it's better. And then R. Tahm Kench swallows the target champion for up to 3 seconds. If he targets a champion that's an enemy, he has to have 3 stacks on them. And they take a good amount of fucking damage. Tahm Kench is also grounded and slowed if the targeted champion is an ally. But it's for 3 seconds. That is crazy. They're granted a huge-ass shield for 2.5 seconds, which isn't that long. He's also grounded and slowed, okay, but can still cast W Abyssal Dive. Tom's eyes can see wherever Devour is available. Okay, cool. Honestly, I think this is actually a lot better than I initially thought, just because of the W. This has a lot of potential to make him really fun and make him really trolly. I'm actually really excited. Viego! So, what do I think of Viego? I think Viego's very hard. He's kind of a hard, little complicated jungler. And for some reason, he's played mid and top, which I think is horrible because he has such a shit early game. But god, once mid to late comes, he shreds like tanks like no one's business. Especially if you build Blade. Oh my god. Like, he's crazy at shredding. But overall, I think he kind of needs a buff. I think he's kind of too hard to play. I think, like, his clear is fine. His clear doesn't make him too unhealthy. It's just, I think he needs to be a little, like, tankier, kind of. I feel like he's just blown up a little too easily sometimes when he's, like, trying to, like, do damage. It takes too long for him to get to where he wants power-wise in the game. So what are they doing? Q healing from minions decreased. Okay, E base, bonus move speed, missile speed, and zone length increased. With his ability to reliably replenish his health from waves, I don't think that was the case, but Vigo's been sitting a bit too comfortably in the mid lane. I do not believe that at all. By shifting some power out of the sustain into a place all his roles can appreciate. Yeah, mostly jungle. So healing from minions is half, that's fine. Base movement speed on the E is 25. That's pretty good. 5% increase, not bad. And the missile speed, so it goes faster now. And then I don't know what the zone length means, but maybe it's wider, I guess. I'm not too sure. Overall, I would say pretty good. I don't like lane Viego anyway, and jungle Viego, if he could gank easier with the E and it's slightly better, that's all I could really ask for. Fuck it. Not the buff I wanted, but pretty decent nonetheless. Xayah. Xayah, I feel like, is good. But I don't know why she hasn't kept up. Like, in my mind, right, Xayah's a pretty safe AD once you hit 6. The 6 is good, does great damage, sets up the rest of your kit with the E. The W basically gives you just an attack speed stim, a move speed stim, and just flat extra damage. Like, Xayah is one of the people I feel like does a lot of damage. I guess she just needs to, like, get to the point later in the game where she could do it. And she has a good amount of utility, too. Like, if you get a good Xayah fight off, everyone notices it, because you are literally chunking the enemy team and rooting them, if not killing them. And she scales off crit, which is super good. I feel like she's super good. I feel like the only problem is maybe she's not scaling fast enough, or other ADs are just getting ahead before her. So let's see what they're doing. They have to buff her. There's no way they're nerfing her. She has been feeling pretty weak. We're fluffing her feathers. They're buffing the Q, which is the least important part of her kit. Tends to be maxed later in the game. Of course it is. Our intention is to buff her in a way that benefits all Zayas, regardless of which ability you choose to max first. How? So the base damage is up by 5 early, which doesn't matter. And it goes from 25 to 150. That's whatever. Base maximum total. So it's basically kind of... Yeah, so it's like by 5 and 10 respectively early. And I max this like last, so yeah, this doesn't do anything. Okay, items. So I'm gonna, again, try and go quickly on these. Anathema's Chains. I've heard about this, so let's read it. Are you a tank? Is there an annoying enemy on the other team? Boy, do we have an item for you. With Anathema's Chains, you can select one unlucky foe, and vengeance can be yours. On a more serious note, the item gives tanks a unique defensive advantage when sparring against a single target. Why would they ever be doing that? While also providing offensive CC. This should be especially useful when you're in a game where you keep encountering the same enemy or someone you just don't like. So if the mid laner's up your ass and you're like support Nautilus. Let's see. So base stats. Its cost isn't that expensive. It has a decent amount of health, 650, ability haste, and that's it. And then the effects, vow, active. Choose a nemesis to start building a vendetta over 60 seconds. Has global range, must be used out of combat, can be used while dead. Take 1% reduced damage from your nemesis per vendetta stack. The damage reduction starts at 0 and stacks up to 30%. But this is only against one person and it's only for you. So what, do you want the one fed person on their team to do less damage to you? Just build tank. And then you could do that for literally everyone. Like, okay, look. There's Zed's fed, right? I could make it so only Zed can't do as much damage to me. But everyone else still can. Or I could just build armor, have Zed become useless, and everyone else. I don't understand the point of this item if it's just for you. At max stacks, your nemesis has a 20% reduced tenacity while near you. So they get CC'd easier. Or for longer. I don't know. This item seems like fucking asshole. I don't know why you would build this instead of like an armor or MR item that also gives health and then some. Like, okay, yeah, they do 30% less damage to you, but like armor could do the same thing. I guess this is good late game when like armor doesn't scale as well. This could be like a good last item, maybe. Or if you're Mundo, you like it because it gives just health, I guess. I could see some situations where you get this, but I don't know. It seems very weird. And the picture looks like shit. It looks like they didn't pixelate this right. Same with Hullbreaker. These look like shit. Okay, so Hullbreaker. Many fighters struggle to convert leads into wins right now. Yeah, that's true. It's very team reliant right now. Especially through split pushing. Hullbreaker's goal is to give them a strategic purchase where they can opt into a heavy and powerful split pushing strategy at the cost of being isolated from the team. Sam should allow for the split push to take down towers and whoever comes to stop them. Oh. Also gives them a way to push through tanks and towers. What? A build path, pickaxe, phage, and gold. AD 50, health 300, health regen 150 effects. While no allied champions are nearby, you gain 20 to 45 armor and MR. And okay, so this is not a first item rush because you need to be level 9 to 18. And deal 20% increased damage to towers. Large minions nearby also gain armor and MR and do more damage to towers. God damn, this is good. I like this. I like this item. It might be a little too good though, but I like this shit. Imagine with Baron. Oh my fucking god. Mobility items. Okay. So basically, let me read this. We're doing overall passive movement speed items. We just did items. Okay. I feel like, and I know they're touching Stridebreaker because it says it right here. I feel like Stridebreaker's move speed does not fucking matter. Like the passive move speed it gives on the other legendaries fucking blows. Special note for Stridebreaker. While Stridebreaker's active is an exciting output for many fighters, it has heavily weakened the Juggernaut's class primary weakness, mobility. Juggernauts excel once they begin combat on their terms. So an item that allows a Juggernaut to close gaps. It's like Wiener though. Does it really matter? Like sometimes I don't even use it because I forget it's there, and like even when I use it, it's a big AoE slow, which is like decent, but it's like for really short time. It's a Wiener dash. I didn't think it was this much of an issue, honestly. Altering its active to better suit Juggernaut's needs and boosting its stats up to amp their strengths. Let's see this. So, more health, less AD. It no longer dashes. You could use it while moving. It does more damage. It does a greater slow, which is actually really good. I like that more, actually. The cooldown is lessened, which is great. Heroic gave bonus move speed is less. Mythic passive bonus move speed is less, which didn't really matter to begin with. Dream Shatter, okay, no one cares. Gale Force is going down, damn. Typhoon, same shit. Lichbane, okay. Cosmic Drive, god damn it. Black Cleaver. Bonus move speed, stack up to car, 5 up to 30, 3 up to 18. Damn! Deadman's, okay, so it charges faster, but you get less move speed, and it now scales. Okay, and it's physical. Trinity, slightly buffed. Slightly nerfed move speed. Champion, takedowns no longer grant plus 30% move speed. Damn! Shirelia's, damn, yo, what the hell? 30%? Cam Prowler's Claw. Enemy champions, damn. Wow. Okay, so overall, yeah, they just nerfed move speed, honestly. I really like what they did with Stridebreaker, though. I didn't really care for the dash. It was nice, and people are definitely going to miss it, but, like, I like the slowing part of it now, and the fact that it's up more often. You can use it while moving, which is the biggest thing for quality of life, and then it's up more often, which I already said. Pretty good, though. Honestly, I don't mind. Stats up, and you take away move speed, go right ahead. Easy. So, Mana Mythics. What the fuck is the problem with these shits? Excuse me. There are a few strong mages. Yeah, right. Yeah, you know where they go? Support. The class as a whole is weaker than in previous years. Terminated this for putting some of their mythics on the clearance Taraka. This won't solve all their problems, but they should appreciate the boost. Okay, so this isn't the end of what they're doing with shitty-ass mages. So, basically, all the mythics are a little cheaper. So you get them a little earlier. Cool. Moonstone Renewer. What do I think of this item? I think they just keep touching this item because they don't know where to fucking put it. It either heals too much or doesn't heal at all. Starlight Grace, Heal, and Shield Power. And it's going to take a lot of fine-tuning to get the right mix. What are they saying? We're successful in opening up Mythic item option for enchanters, but left Moonstone on the weaker side. So they're buffing it by like 1%. No one cares. Divine Sunderer. I already know what they're doing for this, and it's literally just for Ezreal. Ezreal hopefully won't use this anymore, but we'll see. I feel like it was a little ridiculous how much damage he was doing to me in Mundo. And I was like, damn, he's hurting me like Vayne would. Runes. Nimbus Cloak is probably getting nerfed because it's move speed. Yes, it is. Ghost Poro. Interesting change. So it lasts longer and it reveals them for longer. Yeah, this is not taken almost at all. The raw stats are just better in my opinion. Turret update. Oh, what are they doing here? In recent seasons, top and bottom towers haven't seen a strategic objective due to lack of value, literally, in comparison to the other objectives. We're making these turret dictons more rewarding so that players are encouraged to look for leads in the side lanes and split pushing remains viable. So they're basically doing this to make getting Hullbreaker an actual reason. This advantage should also, aside from just split pushing being good itself, they want to actually incentivize you even more to do it. Inner turrets and side lanes now grant an additional 250 local gold. That's really fucking good. All turret inventories now show how much local gold they give once destroyed. Okay. So they literally just give more gold. That's fine. Smite. Interesting. So they changed Smite before to make it so it's always a 50-50. Let's see what they're doing now. Challenging and Chilling Smite gave junglers early access to true damage against minions, which is especially punishing to early ranks of Ultimate Season pets like Tibbers. Oh, yeah. Huh. We're adding a damage modifier to Challenging and Chilling Smite sets. Smiting pets can still remain a strategic choice, but they aren't able to completely obliterate low-rank Ultimate pets. Nice. Interesting. So, this is only to the pets, not to the actual jungle camps. Damage to minions, which I guess counts as pets. 500 plus 10% targets max health. Okay, yeah. So it literally just does less damage against like the pets, which they said. Okay, cool. Cool change. ARAM balance, no one cares. No one cares. Alright, cool. How much time did I take to do this? I'm at like 25 minutes. Damn, pretty short, pretty good. So, in general, let's go over the skins here. We got Project Z Prestige, which looks absolutely fucking sexy. Like, the splash art makes me want to nut. Astronaut Maokai I thought was Astro Bard, just looking at the splash, but no, it is in fact Maokai. Pretty good. I love the Astro line. Really good skin. Probably one of Maokai's best skins. Astro Ramus, again, pretty good. I'm a sucker for the space theme, though. Astronaut Vagar, pretty good, too. Really good. Looks very different from the rest of his skins, aside from maybe Elderwood. And then Astro Cork, pretty good. Probably on the same tier as Arcade, if not better. But Corky needs a visual rework, so I don't know when they're giving that. But assuming he's still getting skins, probably not anytime soon, because that would just be more work for them. So, overall, I actually think these skins are really, really fucking good, and I love the theme, and this is sexy. I don't know why they released it so late, but it's really fucking sexy. Like, look at the pink and shit, my god. But yeah, overall, pretty decent patch, honestly. Not a lot of changes to ADs that were bad, just straight buffs. So overall, I'm going to give this patch, out of everything, like a 7. I think they did good things. Reducing move speed is whatever, but giving us raw stats in the place of it is good. They buffed every AD they touched, which is good. And they didn't really do anything too stupid, I think. They did stuff that didn't matter, but I don't think it was stupid. So, 7 Mark Merrills out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed. I got a busy day, so I'm getting out of here.